Hello and welcome back to the war. As we said, exciting news coming all the way from Senegal. I tell you, these two young leaders, the revolutionary that they are bringing to Senegal, I am excited. I don't know about you, but they are talking, Ousmane Sonko, they are talking about closing down the military base in Senegal. Yes. He has joined the three other leaders from Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali. That is what I'm talking about. We are sick and tired of the French stealing our resources, taking our land. Enough is enough. It is high time we kick them out from Senegal. I am excited. Let me let you watch this video all the way to the end. Please make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We will see you on the next video. Salam alaikum and kwahere.
These presences of these military bases raise legitimate questions. More than 60 years after our independence, we must question the reasons why the French army, for example, still benefits from several military bases in our countries, and the impact of this presence on our national sovereignty and our strategic autonomy. Recent history, I like to take examples from France itself. The recent history of France is very rich in interesting anecdotes on the problems and challenges of the security question. Between 1956 and 1958, you are a historian, I am not, I could be wrong about the dates and even the facts. But between 1956 and 1958, that is to say after the Second World War, the Americans had the project of installing on French territory a stock of nuclear weapons and ballistic missiles. The project on the dual issue of command and control of missile deployment was admitted by the French military as a good means of increasing NATO's dissuasive power. The French Air Force then considered unacceptable the principle, according to which the ballistic missile squadrons would remain under American command. These units had to be under national command. As soon as he came to power, General Charles de Gaulle, during the defense meeting of June 7, 1958, advised that these weapons must be under French control and that France demands the right to give its opinion in the outbreak of a possible nuclear war. All conditions were considered excessive by the Americans to the point that an agreement could not be concluded. Second example, in May 1966, General de Gaulle urged France to withdraw from the integrated command of NATO, which then had around 10 military bases in France, and we know the consequences. He justified this decision by France's desire to have its own control, a desire which is incompatible with a defense organization in which it is subordinate. I reiterate here the desire of Senegal to dispose of itself, any desire which is incompatible with the lasting presence of a foreign military base in Senegal.
Past the time when Africans could be manipulated by any people under any regime. You never heard the European Union denounce what was happening in Senegal. And worst of all, it was at the height of this persecution that President Macron welcomed President Macky Sall to congratulate him on having done what he had to do to save his country. It's an incitement to repression.
Well, Sonko there referring to the turbulence during the election campaign before he and President Bassirou Faye came to power in Senegal earlier this year.
The country can afford to go into debt in local currency. And this has to stop because we suffer the consequences. And what we also want is a flexible currency, pegged to at least two currencies, to help cushion exogenous shocks and support our export competitiveness.
Currency, for example, the country uses the CFA franc. It's a symbol of French colonialization. It is shared among 7 former colonies. The CFA franc is pegged to the euro, meaning it is at risk from the economic shocks that take place in Europe. Now, Sonko wants to diversify this risk.
I am happy that she brought up that topic about the CFA francs, because it is high time to cut the CFA francs in all those African countries that use CFA francs. Because inside all those 7 countries that use CFA francs, it's all different. The one from Cameroon is different from Senegal. The one from Senegal is different from the one from Ivory Coast. That is mind-blowing. And the money is being printed in francs and shipped to these African countries. It's time for Cameroon to wake up from the Delulu sleep. It's time for them to wake up. But I am so happy and proud that the revolutionary is waking up. The Africans are waking. I cannot be proud.